Once upon a time, I lived in a small, cozy house tucked away on a quiet street. It was a charming place, filled with memories and familiar scents. But little did I know that one night would forever change the way I saw my home. It was a cold winter evening, and my parents had left for a much-needed vacation. I was 12 years old, and they thought I was old enough to stay home alone for a few days. At first, the idea thrilled me. I would have the entire house to myself, and I imagined all the fun I could have. As night fell and darkness settled in, I started to feel a growing unease. The house, once familiar and welcoming, now seemed eerily silent. Every creak of the floorboards and every gust of wind outside sent shivers down my spine. The shadows cast by the flickering candlelight danced on the walls, playing tricks on my imagination. Trying to shake off my growing fear, I decided to distract myself by watching a movie. I curled up on the couch, clutching a bowl of popcorn tightly. The movie played on, but the unsettling feeling persisted. It was as if someone or something was watching me from the shadows. Just as I mustered the courage to dismiss my fears as mere imagination, I heard a faint scratching sound coming from upstairs. My heart raced, and my breath caught in my throat. I tiptoed up the stairs, each step feeling heavier than the last. The scratching grew louder, and my hands trembled as I reached the landing. I followed the sound to my parents' bedroom. The door was slightly ajar, and a sliver of light spilled out into the dark hallway. My pulse quickened as I pushed the door open, revealing the source of the noise. To my horror, a disheveled figure stood in front of the mirror, scratching at its reflection with long, bony fingers. The figure turned towards me, its eyes empty and soulless. I let out a scream, my voice echoing through the house. Without hesitation, I turned and ran, desperate to escape the nightmare that had invaded my home. As I sprinted towards the front door, the air grew thick and suffocating. I felt a cold breeze on the back of my neck, and a whisper brushed against my ear. "You can't leave. You're mine now," it whispered, its voice dripping with malice. Summoning every ounce of strength, I flung open the front door and stumbled into the night. I ran as fast as my trembling legs would carry me, not daring to look back. Tears streamed down my face as I realized I had narrowly escaped an unspeakable evil lurking within the confines of my home. When my parents returned, they found me huddled outside, my body trembling with fear. I told them everything, but they dismissed it as a vivid nightmare. Yet, deep down, I knew the horrors I had witnessed were all too real. To this day, I can never forget that dreadful night. The memory lingers, haunting my dreams and reminding me that darkness can reside even in the most familiar of places. I no longer feel safe in my childhood home, for I know that the true terrors of the world can invade even the sanctuary we once called our own. And so, I warn you to never underestimate the power of the unknown. For when you find yourself alone in the darkness, the shadows may come alive, and the horrors that lie within your own home may be far more terrifying than anything you could ever imagine.